You kind of have to trust yourself on whether or not you're ready to forgive or not. So the idea that maybe you should forgive, you want to make sure that what you're acting from is a sense of your own values and not the values of other people necessarily. So if it feels right to you to forgive, then move towards that, and don't necessarily feel like you should forgive if it doesn't fit with your own values necessarily.
Living through a traumatic event and moving forward can feel like an impossibility. The emotions associated with the amount of grief you're feeling can make the idea of forgiveness feel almost impossible. As we heard last week, many of the families impacted from the Humboldt bus crash are in 2 different stages of their grief and levels of forgiveness.
It was 16 lives, and it's typically 14 years per life. That's what he should get.
I feel I'm commanded to forgive, and sometimes that's harder to do.
I guess I just don't want to see another life wasted. Yeah, he has to be held to account, but at the same time, he's a human being.
It can be hard, and there's no time period for moving from loss to forgiveness. But experts say forgiving can be a major step in the healing process.
You have to kind of like decide this is something that you want to do, right? So it's not necessarily something that comes. Some people are going to find that it comes easier because they're already prone to that. And other people, it's going to be more effortful, I think.
He says it's part of mental health and wellness.
People who tend to be more forgiving, they tend to be less prone to things like depression and anxiety.
According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, the act of forgiving is much more than a psychological process. Holding on to resentment may feel powerful, but it can really impact your physical being, which can actually make your body weaker. The Hopkins Medical website says forgiving people or even painful events lowers your risk of heart attacks, improves cholesterol levels, and can even allow you to sleep better. Karen Schwartz, director of the Mood Disorders Adults Consultation Clinic, says forgiveness is an active process in which you make a conscious decision to let go of negative feelings, whether the person deserves it or not.
As humans, I guess we're always trying to balance the fact that we need other people in our lives, right? So if you never forgave, you would sever lots of relationships that we need. And as a species, we need each other to survive. So it wouldn't be really adaptive to never forgive.
Now, forgiveness might not be an easy process, but experts say in the end, it's you that will reap the benefits. In Winnipeg, Rachel CrowSpreadingWings, City News.